Hello there Power Ranger fans, it is time for a very special Power Rangers review. This is our very first Power Rangers Lightning Collection review with your host Admin GoldKingRanger from the GoldKingRanger team. Oh wow, we are very excited because in this video we're going to be reviewing the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 1 action figures. Oh wow, this is so cool. So the Lightning Collection is a new line of Power Ranger toys for Power Ranger collectors like myself, for the adult fans. Like with Bandai's Legacy Collection, with Hasbro it's the Lightning Collection, which will consist of action figures, roleplay toys, Megazords and so on, of classic past Power Ranger seasons and so etc etc. So basically what we saw on Legacy we're bound to get with the Lightning Collection as well, hopefully. But for now, let's take a look at these really awesome figures. First up we have Tommy the White Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we also have Lord Zedd from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Doggy Kruger from Power Rangers S.P.D, and Tyler Navarro from Power Rangers Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, which is fantastic. So these are collector figures, so they're not the same typical average figures you get for the Beast Morpher toy line. These figures are, I believe, 6.5 inches tall, and they have a lot more posability and so on. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the packaging of all four figures, and then we'll have a look at the figures individually and see what they can do and so on. So let's start. So first of all, we've got the White Ranger box. So as you can see straight away, the White Ranger box looks absolutely fantastic, as you've got a nice illustration of the White Ranger here, and we've got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as you see, along with the Hasbro logo in the corner. And then you can see the White Ranger figure and the civilian head, which is a new thing for the Lightning Collection, which is fantastic, but we'll come to that a bit later. We have the saber sword and things like that. Now if we turn it to the side, we've got another illustration of the White Ranger going down the packaging of the figure, and a bit of a lightning bolt going down here. If we turn to the other side, we have got sort of like this front illustration, but it's sort of continuing to the side of the box, as you can see, and it's got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo at the top, as you can see, and it just goes down the box like so to continue the image. Now if you look on the back, we've got an image of the White Ranger figure itself that you get in this packaging, and that is pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one. Next is Lord Zedd. So we've got a really cool illustration of Lord Zedd right here. That looks great. And again, we've got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Lord Zedd, which is great. Hasbro logo as well. To the side we see the Lord Zedd illustration again on the side with the lightning bolt as well. Other side, Mighty Morphin logo at the top, and then the image of Lord Zedd going down the side of the box, which is continuing here from the front. And at the back you got a nice little illustration of the Lord Zedd figure, and it shows you a little something that you also get with the figures as well, which is something we'll show you in a little while. Next we have Doggy Kruger from S.P.D. Now as you can see, a Doggy Kruger is the Shadow Ranger, as it says right here, S.P.D Shadow Ranger Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So here we got the Doggy Kruger head and the figure itself. A nice illustration of the Shadow Ranger, and I love the Shadow Ranger from S.P.D, so this is why I really wanted to get this figure. And continuing down the side, we got the S.P.D logo right here. So if you're an S.P.D fan, this is a must-have figure. Down the side, there you go, that looks cool. And then on the other side, just the illustration of the Doggy Kruger with the bolt as well. And obviously that one, as I forgot to mention, is just the continuing of the front to the side, which is really good. At the back, we've got a nice illustration of the S.P.D Shadow Ranger Lightning Collection figure with the sword add-on accessory, which is really cool, but we'll come to that in a little while. And finally, number 4, we're going to take a look at Tyler Navarro, the Dino Charge Red Ranger. Now, as you can see straight away, we've got Tyler's head. Are you sure that Dino Saber didn't behead him or something? Dear me. So we got the Dino Saber, Dino Charge Morpher, and the figure, and the extra hands. That's also something else you get with these figures, which is really cool. and a bit of a lightning add-on for the sword. And then we got an illustration of the Dino Charge Red Ranger at the front, and then of course at the front we got the logo, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Dino Charge Red Ranger, and then on the side it's continuing the image of the Dino Charge Red Ranger, and we got the Dino Charge logo at the top, as you can see. It's fantastic. On the other side, it's just an illustration of the Dino Charge Red Ranger with the bolt, and at the back, illustration of the Dino Charge Red Ranger with his Dino Charge Morpher and Dino Saber with the cool lightning effect. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open these up, and then what we're going to do is going to take a look at each individual figure. First up, let's take a look at Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger. Okay, so first of all we have Tommy, the Mighty Morphin White Ranger. So first of all, let's take a look at the detail of the figure, and then we'll take a look at the articulation and the accessories that come with it. So let's begin. So first of all with the details. Now first of all, the helmet of course has its brilliant gold and the black on the visor, and the bit of the tiger detailing on the top of the tiger stripes, and this really cool detailing of the white stripes down the side of the mouth visor, which is in a nice shiny silver. The gold is just nice and shiny as well. It's fantastic. We've got the tiger coin in the middle of the chest armour, which is fantastic, and a nice gold shine to it. Move down, we got the buckle in the gold colour. I love that buckle. What I like about the buckle design is the way that shape is very unique, and we've got the gold trim on the cuffs and the black and the gold on the arms and on the other arm. The gold holster for the saber sword, and on the boots as well, the gold and the black, and this sort of like a line detail as well. If you look on the back, black and gold again, and it's nice to see that the figure's been completely painted front and back, which is fantastic. Now let's take a look at the articulation. So let's do the head first. So the head can move forward and back, and because it's on a sort of special neck support, and then it can turn 360 degrees in both directions. The arms, I've got a sort of ratchet joint for the shoulders, and that's on both arms, which is fantastic. Ooh. It seems they've also got a little extra feature, so the arms can sort of move forward and back, which is fantastic. So it means you can get him to punch forward, which is brilliant. And this is what I love about this figure, is all the different things that it can do. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love this figure. And they've got a bit of an arms turn here, as you can see, and it's got a double joint on the elbow, so it can bend two ways. Oop. It's a bit stiff because obviously I've only just took these out of the packaging, so bear with me. There you go. Salute. I love that. Give a thumbs up for the White Ranger, who salutes you for buying this figure. And he will salute you still if you plan to buy the figure anyway. That's really cool, I love that. And that's on both arms, which is fantastic. I love that. Now, for the body, or the torso area, so as you can probably notice, this top bit can go side to side and forward and back. But also this section has a lower torso, I'll call it, has a bit of a back of it. Now if you hear that click, that means that's how far it will go. There you go. As for the legs, we've got a turn point on both legs, and you can move forward. It's not quite back because of the buttocks, but that's to be expected. And then the knees have double as well. So the cool thing about this figure is you could probably pose him in some pretty cool poses. Something a bit like this. I mean, like a flying kick action. What? I love that. Okay, so what's the next things to show you? Well, I could show you the the add-on fists. Now, I'm only going to show you one Well, I'll show you them both, but I'll show you how to put them on as well, and then we'll have a look at the next bit. So, the White Ranger comes with 2 fists. I'm going to put them in my hand so you can see them better. So we've got a left and a right fist, and as you can see, they've got little pegs which are used to connect them into the arms of the figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the right hand. And this is what you do. To take a hand off your figures, you literally take a hold of it and then just simply, just gently twist and pull very gently. Twist, pull, very gently. And eventually, as you can see, it's starting to come out. And then, like that, it will come out. And you take your fist that you want to put in, and then you just gently do the same again, just twist, push. And when you hear a little pop, that's to show that it's in place and it's secure. So there, now it's got a fist. There we go. Right, now, that's how you change the fists. Now, the next thing you can change, and this is part of the new thing of the Lightning Collection, is it comes with the Ranger civilian head. Well, for those who have a civilian head. And as you can see, this is the head of Tommy Oliver, and this is pretty cool. I love this. So you got this is what the Tommy head it looks like. As you can see, oops, sorry, I'm just trying to turn it around so I can show you quickly. Okay, it's got a hole at the bottom where it connects into, but I'll show you how it does that in a minute. And it's really cool. I mean, the detailing on the civilian head looks absolutely fantastic. I love that. Now, just like the figure hands, to take the head off, you just have to hold it and then gently twist and pull, and then it comes off like so. Then we take the Tommy head and we're just gonna put it on, and it's a bit tricky because the head thing does like to move, so I'm just gonna twist and push down. Hopefully you're catching this on camera, I hope. So I really don't want to do this twice. Oh, it's a very, I do apologise, this is very tough, so I'll probably only show it with just this figure, and I'll just do some photos for you guys later. There we go. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get with this. So the Tommy head is now the head on the figure. And I think what I like about this, because then what you could do is you could take the helmet and you can just put it, obviously it would be better with the flat hand, but you could just put it sort of like, I don't know if it can hold it, but you can get it to hold it under its arm like in the TV show, which is something that fans really, really like. I mean, I know I like it. Okay, so I'm going to just switch the heads one more time. And I'll put the Tommy White Ranger head back on. And when you hear the pop like that, that means the figure head is secure. Okay, so the last thing to show you, 2 more things to show you for this figure, and that is the saber sword right here, and this thing. Now, what on earth is this? Well, I'll show you in a minute. Sorry. Let's have a look at Saber first. So as you can see, Saber is very well painted with a lot of silver and gold and black, which looks really, really good. I love that. There's a little bit of missing paintwork right here, as you can see, on that little part of the head. And if we move down, there's a bit of missing paintwork there. But then again, it's not going to be completely painted. But, you know, it's painted enough to see how good it is. We've got some nice gold with the tiger coin. And the blade is a nice silver, oops, with a nice bit of detail there. And it's painted on both sides, which is great. Now, this piece, this spiky looking blue thing. Now, you're probably wondering, what's that slot for? Well, take your saber sword and insert it into the slot, and hold on, you probably have to do it, yeah, there you go, do it that way, and voila. Voila? What's that for? Well, put it into the hand of the White Ranger, if it will kindly let me. Bear with me. Well, with a bit of a struggle, I've managed to get the saber sword in its hand. I think it's because it's a new figure and obviously the plastic hand hasn't been moved about or the plastic hasn't been warmed up much yet. So that's probably why it's like that. But over time, it'll be easier to get in its hand and stuff. But as you can see, that is a weapon add-on. So basically it adds a sort of weapon effect which makes the weapon look like it's been charged up and ready for an attack, and I think that is brilliant. It's a great way to display the figures, or if you're taking pictures of them, and I think that is just really fantastic. I absolutely love these figures, and I think it's really great that Hasbro are doing a really good thing for the collector fans as well as the younger fans, and I think this is a great first step for the Lightning collection. Okay, let's move on to the next figure. The Dark Emperor himself, Lord Zedd. Okay, so figure number 2 is the Dark Emperor, Lord Zedd. So Lord Zedd came into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the Season 2 episode, The Mutiny, where he took over Rita's palace and became the head honcho of all of evil in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Okay, so just like the White Ranger, we're going to have a look at the details and then have a look at the articulation and the accessories and so on. Okay, so first of all, Lord Zedd is in a sort of like a dark red colour, which is fantastic. The head is painted in a really nice shiny silver. The visor is just a dark red, like it's almost like blood red. That's what's so scary about this figure, is the blood red. And you got his brain at the top. Oh my goodness. Makes you wonder, how did he get that way? Oh yeah, he tried to get the Zeo crystal, and look what happened to Zeddy's face. As you can see, he's got a lot of this blue tubing, and you do see that in the show actually. And I've got this silver skeleton. Fortunately, mine's got a bit of a paint mark where it's been, I don't know, it's like, I mean, I don't, from afar you can't really tell, but up close you can, unfortunately. We've got silver and red down the arms. The only thing missing is the paint of silver is missing from here on the fingertips and on here on the, I don't know what part this finger is, but you see those little squares on his hand? Those are meant to be painted silver on the fingers here and on the fingertips. But it doesn't matter, it's still got silver all the way down the body, and the red on the feet. At the back, he's just basically like a muscle skeleton, a walking muscle skeleton, pretty much. So, okay, articulation. So, head can turn 360 degrees, and then the arms can only move so far because of the piping here, so just be careful, because I have a feeling they could snap and break if you're not careful. The arm can turn just a bit for articulation. The elbow is double jointed, but just remember, just be careful of the tubing, like so. The hands can move like so. So you can get him into some pretty cool poses. And that's the same for both hands. For his legs, forward, can't go back because of his butt. But he's got a, well, he would have a turning leg point, but because of this part, he can't do it. So he can just do forward, side, forward, back, side, like so. Knee is double. Well, is it double? No, it's just one. But that makes, is it double? Oh, it is. It's just the tubing that doesn't allow it to go all the way, so it's just like that and like that. And then the feet can move. Now, unfortunately, I didn't show this with White Ranger, but the feet can move. So forward. So it's sort of like a sort of ball joint. So you can, is it a ball joint? Yeah, kind of. But there you go. So that's the articulation. Now, he comes with his staff, which is pretty cool, and he holds it in this hand. So again, I do apologise if I take, oh no, it's funny, this time it's a lot more easier. So there we go. So here he is holding his staff, and the staff, his Z staff does come with an accessory. Hold on, I'm just going to bring it closer so you can hopefully, just give me a minute, I'm just going to adjust the camera. So I'll just move that up slightly so you can see the staff. Okay, and there is a little accessory that comes with it. I don't know how it's meant to go on, so I think it's meant to go something like this. Well, yeah, that looks fine. Something like that. That looks good. Fantastic. So that's basically the add-on accessories, like red lightning to show that his staff is powering up. Oh no, don't fall over. Okay, the other two things he comes with are his extra hands, like so. So this hand is basically a bit like that hand where it's all in a claw, so if you wanted to get him to hold his other accessory, then you can. And we got a fist as well in case you wanted to get him to punch something. Now what is his last accessory? Well, the very thing he uses to make the monsters grow in Mighty Morphin Season 2. His magic potion which he uses to make monsters grow. And that, you just set his hand up, that can sit just neatly in his hand. Anyone for tennis? Oh dear. Well, that's Lord Zedd. So let's move on to the next figure, which is Doggy Kruger from S.P.D. Okay, so figure number 3 is Doggy Kruger from S.P.D. Ooh, awesome. Now I love this figure because I love the Shadow Ranger. So let's have a look at detailing first. Okay, so as you can see, Shadow Ranger has a fantastic sort of metallic blue all over. The strange thing is his S.P.D symbol is like that same metallic blue, even though I believe last time I checked it was meant to be silver. But hey, that's nothing that a little silver Sharpie can't fix, but there you go. And obviously that emblem on his shoulder is meant to be silver as well. All these bits here are meant to be silver, but there you go. The belt is in a sort of plasticky grey colour, but that doesn't matter. The 100 in a nice red and the metallic blue as well. That's meant to be silver as well, but that can't be helped. The holster as well. Some missing paintwork here, it would seem, and here. That doesn't matter. It looks good. The metallic blue and the red stripe going down the left leg, if I'm right. Red and the lightest grey and the metallic blue. If we look to the back, the lightest grey, metallic blue, etc, etc. And the metallic and that bit of red at the back. With the side of the helmet we've got a bit of red. There's a bit of silver missing as well, unfortunately, but again, nothing that a little silver Sharpie can't be fixed. Okay, articulation. So the head can turn, only slightly because of this collar, but it can move up and look up and down because it's on a ball joint. Arms can move up and down, forward and back, and this is pretty cool. Now you're probably wondering about that hand, but we'll come to that in a little while. The arm is on a double joint as well, and so are the legs, are they? Yes, they are on double joints. And here the legs can turn, and you can go forward, not quite back because of the butt again. Oh, thumbs up because of the big butt that stops the legs move back. Oh well, it doesn't matter because you can't really move your leg that far back unless you're a ballet dancer or something. Or you can do the splits. Okay, so there's that. Now the legs, I will show the articulation for the feet for this one. So the feet can move down like that or move them forward. It seems to be they're on some sort of ball joint for these figures, so you can try and get them into some pretty cool poses or something. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty awesome. Now his accessories, if you bear with me, this figure does have a little issue with standing, unfortunately. Okay, he comes with his signature weapon, which is the Shadow Saber, and I do love this thing. It's really cool. Black, lightish, and then a sort of the plasticky grey for the blade and for the wolf head thing, and then the red on here on both sides, and then the holster on the side that can fit it into there like that, which is fantastic. But we don't want to do that because what we want to do is show you this bit. Now this is the add-on accessory, and all you just got to do is simply just push the blade in and out, because this material on the accessory add-on is very flexible. And look at that, Shadow Saber, power up. So I'm just going to put that in his hand, like so. So it's a nice little Shadow Saber power up piece, which is really fantastic. I love that. I love that, it's brilliant. He also comes with his Shadow Patrol Morpher, which is the morpher he uses to change into the Shadow Ranger. So it's not really much paintwork, but really nice detailing on the front, no paintwork at the back, and of course it's missing the red lights which are meant to go on the top. But now I can show you what this hand is for. You basically use this hand to put the morpher in the hand. Bear with me, as I said, I haven't played with this figure much today yet, because I've only just opened it up. But there you go. Fantastic. That looks great. Now the other little bits is his 2 extra hands. Now this one is basically for his signature pose. And there's a fist if you want to do a punch. And finally, it's just the head for Doggy Kruger himself. Now, the head looks really, really good. So the head of Doggy Kruger. I'll show you what this blue ring thing is down here in a bit. So, as you can see, it's got the light blue, like a sort of icy blue at the bottom of the chin. Black for the nose, and black and white for the eyes, and the black for the back of the hair. Blue, dark, like a nice dark blue, all around his head. Really cool. This is basically an add-on piece to go for his neck when you take the helmet off, because the Doggy Kruger head is pretty odd, so it's like you have to add the neck piece on in order to put the head on. But again, I'll show you that in pictures, because I'm not going to try and take all this apart again. Okay, so moving on. Let's move on to the last figure, which is Tyler Navarro, the Dino Charge Red Ranger. Okay, so the very last figure is this one right here. It's Tyler Navarro, the Dino Charge Red Ranger. So it would appear that they decided to go with a bit more up-to-date season, which is good, because if you've got younger fans that love Power Rangers Dino Charge or Dino Super Charge like myself, then this will be a cool figure to have. But I think they just need to be aware it's not your typical average, I'll just play with it and then toss it into a box and never touch it for another few months. Anyway, so Tyler Navarro is the Red Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Charge. So let's take a look at the details for this figure. So first of all, we got some nice yellow paintwork on the teeth on the helmet, like so, on the visor. We've got a nice green paintwork on the eye, like so. Some white and the black, again on the visor, with a nice shiny silver for the mouthpiece, which looks fantastic. We move down the figure. It's a nice paintwork of the Dino Charge Red Ranger logo, like here. Some silver on the shoulder armour, with the red as well. Silver down the chest, and then a bit on the sort of like a grey silver on the belt. Some yellow paint on the Dinocom buckle. Some nice dark red with that hexagonal sort of pattern down the arms, which looks great. Silver on here and on the hands, which are changeable. And silver on here, red down the legs and on the boots. Turn to the back, the figure has been fully painted as well, which looks fantastic. Now obviously that bit's not meant to be painted so red, so don't worry. It's not a missed paintwork. This figure has been fully painted. Now let's take a look at the articulation, shall we? So the head can turn 360, well, kind of 360, but that's only because of the shoulder armour. So, oh yeah, okay, so it can turn 360 degrees. Just make sure don't do it too often, because you don't want the helmet to scrape on the spike at the end. And you can move the head up. You can move the head up and down, since it's on a ball joint, just like all the other Lightning Collection figures. The arm can turn 360 degrees at the elbow, like so, and then there's a swivel turn point on the arm, And then there is a double joint on the elbow. Ooh. Bear with me, sorry. Oh, there we go. It's a bit stiff, but there you go. And then you can turn the wrist, because the hands, as I said before, are changeable. It looks great. And that's the same for the other side. Now this side has a different sort of, there's like a little extra turn point, so you can move it to the front, but I think it's just because the Hasbro wanted to allow people to pose the Red Ranger in a certain way, which is actually absolutely fantastic. I love that Hasbro have really thought about us adult fans. Mind you, the Lightning Collection figures are for adult fans. Okay, torso, you can move it forward and back, and then a bit of a turn as well, which is great. Legs, forward, because of the butt, you can't really move it that far back. So forward and back. A knee joint with a double elbow joint. The boots, they can turn as well, just like with most of the Ranger figures. This can turn, the foot can turn just a bit because it's on a ball joint, and it can move back and forward, so you can really get them into some cool poses. Okay, now let's take a look at the accessories that come with this toy. Okay, so first of all we got the Dino Charge Morpher in yellow and black paint. It hasn't been fully painted, but it's pretty much, it's decent enough to see that it's the Dino Charge Morpher. So we've got a bit of black paintwork on the top and yellow on both sides, with a bit more black paintwork on this side, which is good. So you kind of want to make sure that the blaster is on the correct side, which is good. Now, we have the Dino Charge Saber as well, in nice yellow, like a greeny yellow. And we've got silver paintwork and black for the handle, which looks fantastic. Now we've got the head of Tyler Navarro, the Red Ranger, because obviously these figures, the unique thing about these figures is most of the figures' heads can change, which is fantastic. I love that. And we got these hands as well. Well, I'll show you how to change those in a moment. And we got the sort of like a karate chop hand for the right, and then we got a fist, punching fist for the left. And this piece is for the Dino Charge Saber. Now, so I'm just going to show you. All you do is you just take the Dino Charge Saber, because that's what it's for, and you just place it on like so, and it just looks like it's charged up the Dino Saber. So that looks really, really cool. But what you can do is, if you don't like it on that side, you can just flip it over and do it on the other side. But it's a bit tricky to get these things on, because you have to sort of figure out how it goes on. There we go, that's better. Because you want to make sure it goes on the side where it will fit on best. So, there we go. Stop right now, thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Oh, you don't say. Oh dear. Thumbs up for Camp Red Ranger. I'm so sorry, I couldn't help myself. Okay, so now just to finish off, I'm just going to place his weapons in his hand. So you just got to remember to look at the hand. So you've got to know that this hand, this kind of hand is for the Morpher, and this one is for the Dino Charge Saber. So I'm just going to put that in his hand like so. There we go. Now that looks really fantastic. I love how this figure has turned out, and I think it's great for the adult fans as well. So let me just get him into a cool pose so we can finish this review up. So yeah, the figure, as I said, the figureheads are very hard to basically change and stuff, but after a while you sort of get used to how it works. So right, so that looks pretty cool. I love that little add-on accessory for the Dino Saber, which is looking really awesome. And I think these figures are really cool. I'm really glad I managed to get them all. Okay, well that's it, Ranger fans. Thank you so much guys for watching. First of all, big shout out to Toku Toy Store for supplying me the Dino Charge Red Ranger and the Shadow Ranger figures. They do a great job with getting Power Rangers and Super Sentai toys for the UK and worldwide, which is fantastic. And a big shout out to Dave's Comics right here in Brighton for supplying me the Mighty Morphin White Ranger and Lord Zedd figures. They were just fantastic. Now, if you want to get your hands on these figures, they're in they're only available in multiple places, but Forbidden Planet is a definite place for the UK. For America, it would probably be Amazon.com. But if any more places pop up where they'll be available, you know, contact us and we will help you to find those 4 figures in particular. Okay, so as always, please remember to like the video, share the video, comment below, because all your feedback is very important to us. And the question of the day is, well, 2 questions actually. Which is your favourite out of these 4 figures, and what Power Rangers character would you like to see being added to the Lightning collection? Remember to comment below, and remember, go subscribe! And that's it, Ranger fans. Thank you for watching. May the power protect you. Have a more phenomenal day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye, Ranger fans!